It's been really hot this year, and a few of you have written me comments asking how I stay cool. So today I'm going to give you 7 quick tips for how to stay cool when you're boondocking. Hey everybody, it's Robin with Creativity RV. Thanks for checking out my latest video, which is going to be a quick one, rapid fire. I'm going to give you my 7 top tips for how you can stay cool when you're boondocking. Since I don't normally have a hookup, I am in warm places where I cannot get air conditioning, and I really don't like to run my generator. I think it's kind of rude, and I don't like to use the propane, and I think it disturbs the nature, and I'm sure the neighbors don't like it. I will if I'm in absolute dire straits, but normally I follow these 7 tips to stay cool, and so I'm going to share them with you now. Tip number 1 is when you first pick your spot, point west. The second video I ever did was a thank you to YouTuber Kelly Doyle. I was camping with her and she taught me this trick. If you point your nose kind of west-southwest, then as the sun travels across the sky, it ends up leaving a big area of shade on the awning side of your RV or your van. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my biggest window is on the awning side. And not only does this give me a place to come outside to get cool in the shade without having to use my awning, but it also keeps shade over that window so the heat doesn't get inside. So here's tip number 2. You want to get ahead of the heat. So the sun rises early and stays a really long time. What I do is I keep the windows open at night. I like it pretty cool, but you may not. But when you get up, when it's still cool outside, open up all your windows and run your fans that pulls the cold air from outside inside. So what this does is it creates a cold environment that you can trap inside the RV before it gets too warm. If you wait until 9 or 10 o'clock to do this, then sometimes it's too hot already and you've gotten behind the 8 ball and you can't get it cool again. So tip number 2 is get ahead of it and do everything you need to do before the sun is high in the sky. Tip number 3 is to use Reflectix. Now, I know we've all heard this before, but this is how I do it. I had giant rolls of Reflectix from when I camped at Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado when it was like 7 degrees outside because I made a skirt out of it. I probably will do a video again on that this winter, so if you need that, look out for that. But I didn't just want one of the covers that covers the front window of my Sprinter. They were a lot more expensive, and when I did it this way, the Reflectix actually covers both of the passenger windows and the front, so I put that up there. Just doing that alone makes about a 10-degree difference between the heat that's outside and the heat that's inside. I also use Reflectix to cover every skylight and window that's in the sun in my RV. So for me, I have a skylight in the shower. If you have one of those, you have to figure out a way to put it up. Not every shower is going to be the same, but this is how I do it. I just stick it in a little like nook up there. I also have a piece that I cut to fit in another skylight that you see here, and I also have another piece that I put in the kitchen window because when I point west, it actually has really hot sun blaring right at it all day. So I cover those things. That will make a huge difference for you. My next tip is to get a blackout curtain. Now, you guys have heard me say this before, but if you get a blackout curtain that separates your cab from your house, it makes another about 5 or 6 degree difference because you guys know I took a thermometer and measured this because that's me. But I hang my blackout curtain up on some command hooks. I'll link a video up right here that shows you how I made that if you haven't seen that. Just doing the Reflectix and the blackout curtain makes a huge difference. If it's cold outside, it keeps the heat in. If it's hot outside, it keeps the heat out. So it really does work. Okay, the next tip is if you're really going to be in hot weather for an extended period of time, get a windshield cover. I don't usually take this out unless I'm in Arizona or someplace that has direct sun for a long time, but I am going to take it out today because I'm in Buena Vista and it's going to get to about 86, 88 today. So even though I'm in the Colorado mountains, today's going to be a hot one. So these look difficult to put up. They're not that bad once you get used to them. They basically curve around the window and then tuck into your side windows. I'll put the link below for mine, which goes to a Sprinter, but you can find your model through that link. Just search for it. This makes about another 2 or 3 degree difference. And I know a lot of people use it because it helps maintain the seals around their windshield and their windshield wipers, but it also does keep some of the heat out. Okay, the next tip I'm going to give you is cook outside. So I got a little butane stove, which was actually from Deborah Dixon of Two Meander, if you know her. Hi, Deborah and Robert. They were putting their 2 vans down into 1 van, and they had 2 of these, and they were really nice. They were downsizing, and they gave me their butane stove. So I just actually started using this a few weeks ago because it was so hot. So it's so easy. It's not dangerous. Literally, you pop the little canister in and you turn it on, and I cook my meals outside because it keeps the heat outside instead of inside. The next tip I'm going to give you is to use micellar water. I'm going to do a video sometime soon on how I conserve water, and my go-to is micellar water, which is a type of water. You may have seen it in the grocery store. It comes in a little bottle. It's not expensive, but it attracts dirt. So you can put it on a washcloth and wash your face, and it's great. But I also keep it in the fridge, because if you get really hot, you can put some on a washcloth and just put it on your face and your arms and your neck, and it really does cool you down. And my final tip is to hydrate like this. Do you like my ice cubes? They're not real. These are freezer ice cubes, and they wash like you wash regular dishes, and I just transfer them in and out of my drinks, and that gives me a cool drink all summer long. If this was helpful to you on your way out, please do hit that little thumbs up button. Put a comment below if you have some other tips that help you. I thank you all for watching very much. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Come back for my Sunday series, Be a Nomad, Change Your Life. I wish you all happy travels out there, and be free.